that beginning of combat, right? Beginning of your combat. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do that. I'll pay 2. Search my library. Caught Pharaoh's Gift. There you go. And this, choose to target creature cards in your graveyard. Sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield. So first I'm gonna do this. I'll go get Children. Which is fantastic. He has to start all over. A big attack now. And I will victimize. Go get the Overlord, then the Blood Artist. Pay 3. I'll take out the Grist just because I can go get it back. Okay, so everything seems to be going pretty decently. And we got the win. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is going to be a All Out Brawl episode, and I know, I'm sorry. I did not record a single video last week. I feel terrible about that. I try to tell you guys on my socials, but it was a very tough week, and things are gonna go back to normal next week. Hopefully I will try and bring you 4 videos instead of the regular 3 to compensate you guys, and this is the first one. You're gonna be seeing this on Monday. I finished recording this on Sunday and I started on like Thursday, so there you go. This is the aftermath of 4 days of recording because I didn't have the time or the headspace to do better, and I apologize for that. But moving on, All Out Brawl episode number 14. Color is Golgari, and you guys chose Izoni Thousand Eyed, which I thought it was very weird. I really thought Shallow would clean the polls, but I guess it didn't. I really liked Izoni, so great choice. Now, building this deck was weird because I went into 3 routes. First route was I need to put stuff in the graveyard, so we need to mill stuff, destroy stuff, all of that. So we got cards like Stitcher Supplier, Umbra Color Zealot that lets us sacrifice creatures, Aftermath Analyst mills cards, Glow Spore Shaman, Grizzly Salvage, Skull Prophet mills cards, Hold Stick Fingers mills cards, Crawling Infestation, Crawling Sensation, Eccentric Farmer, Patient Naturalist, Nyx Weaver, Old Rudstein does. What else? We have more. I'm pretty sure we have more. And I guess it's Acolyte of Affliction, the last one. I might be missing a couple, but for now that's it, I think. Well, then we have cards like Esper Origins that surveil. We have a couple lands that surveil as well, but those are it, I think. So this will fill up our own graveyard, right? Then we need ways of getting things out of the graveyard, right? So how do we do that? We use cards that when something happens, they take things out of the graveyard, like for example, Victimize, where you have to sacrifice a creature and get 2 creatures back to the battlefield. Archenemy's Charm, which is a new Edge of Eternity's card, which lets you return 1 or 2 target creature and or planeswalker cards from your graveyard to your hand, besides letting you do other things. Honest Rudstein, when it enters, you can return a creature card from the graveyard to your hand. Squirming Emergence. Gate to the Afterlife is a little bit different because it lets you go get 1 card, but I'll put it here anyway. Splendid Reclamation lets you get lands out of the graveyard. Timeless Witness, when it enters, lets you get stuff out of the graveyard as well. Rise of the Witch King, if you sacrifice a creature, lets you get a permanent from the graveyard into the battlefield. Oh, I forgot, Summon Titan also mills, but I guess that's it. Well, you also have Sheoldred and obviously cards like the Fine part, yeah, and also Arden, God Pharaoh's Gift, Rise of the Dark Realms, Funeral Room with the Awakening Hall open. So those are the ways you can get stuff out of the graveyard. So this is the first way. The second one was to ping our opponents to death, putting a lot of creatures on the battlefield, creating a lot of tokens with cards like Twitching Doll, Scoot Swarm, Parallel Lives. Izoni itself can create a lot of tokens. skeletal swarming, you know. Then if you have a lot of creatures, if your opponent has a lot of creatures and you have a blood artist on the battlefield, you can ping them to death basically instantly, because 25 life is not that much. And the third one was having a lot of removal, like Eaten Alive, Haywire Might, March of Wretched Sorrow, 0 Point Ballad. This one is removal, but it doesn't count because it exiles, but I'll put it there anyway. Me Took Massacre, Assassin's Trophy, Toxic Deluge, Maelstrom Pulse. Let me see a little bit, a couple more. Binding the Old Gods, Fell the Profane, Baleful Mastery, also exile, so it doesn't count. But again, I'll put it there anyway. And Summon Bahamut, so that we can destroy our opponent's things and we can destroy our own things with cards like 0 Point Ballad and the Me Took Massacre, and then get all of those things back with cards like Arden, Rise of the Dark Realms, and Funeral Room, and end the game that way. Those were the three ways I thought about building this deck. Couldn't decide which one was better for me, for my personal taste and style of play, for what I wanted to experience, so I just said, screw it, I'm gonna throw all three in the basket and see if it works. It kinda does. It does a little bit of everything. You can win all three ways. You're gonna see a little bit of each type of win here. I'm sorry, this is just a mess. I'm just gonna do this so that you can see everything. If I had to give you a suggestion, I would say pick one, build that the best that you can, and go for it. The deck will be even better than it is. This intro was huge. I'm gonna have to edit a lot of this. But this was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, let's get in some games. Okay, so let's see. We have I think this end is good enough. What do you guys think? Sorry about the lack of videos, man. This week was rough. When I say rough, I mean rough. My head, whatever, doesn't matter. Next week I'll try and make things as normal as possible, okay? I swear I'll try and make as many videos as possible, especially standard videos. I know you guys love those. So put a creature or whatever. I'm gonna Umbral Color Zealot, because next turn we can find maybe a 1-drop or something, play it. I don't know, maybe even draw removal, start putting up start making our opponents put up stuff in our graveyard, which is fantastic. It would be of much help. So I'll go with that. I'll just attack, why not? Maybe, I think I changed my mind. I think I'll Cemetery Tampering. Okay, that's fine. They're just putting stuff in my graveyard. I really do not care. So let's see if there's something good. There is something fantastic there. There is something fantastic there. Oh, come on, bro. What are the odds that you have something to deal with that in your hand? Well, when they're playing against me, the odds are forever in their favors. Okay, so no, actually, no. I'm gonna Nyx Weaver. I'm gonna keep forcing our opponent to utilize their removal. So, you'll not this turn that the Sliver Hive Lord. Sliver creatures you control have indestructible. That sounds fantastic. Okay, so that will have indestructible. That much I know. Obviously, won't block. I'll just pass that. Okay, so the Overlord is here. Everything is indestructible, which is great for me. And let's see what I can. A creature or land card from a mountain. think Shoulder is the answer. I just need one untapped land. I would have gotten it. Yeah. So I need to sacrifice a creature. I may return another permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. I don't necessarily mind that. I have a 7/7 that looks pretty juicy on the battlefield, you know? On the battlefield, on the on the graveyard. So let's see. Obviously, it's going to destroy Metallic Mimic. Let's go get our Summon Titan. Oh, Scoot Swarm sucks, man. It sucks we lost Scoot Swarm. Now we need to destroy our Titan and then have something to do with the Sliver Hive Lord, which is not that difficult, but it's not that easy either. You know, destroying the Titan, easy. Of course, I'll block. I don't care. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, still does not make any sense. I'm super fine with that. What I am not fine is the fact that we cannot find another land. That I'm not fine with. Okay, Esper Origins isn't bad. We need to go get land now. We have a lot of stuff to utilize. Do I have anything here that's better than the West? Doesn't matter. What do you call it? I'm missing the word, man. We have a lot of stuff to bring back everything from the graveyard. That's what I meant. Okay. So, do you have counter? Okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. That works. That works perfectly. Will not mind that. So if he plays, I don't mind that at all as well. I'm keeping this for that actually. Okay, so I'm gonna Esper Origins. Rise of the Dark Realms. Oh, I like this one. I like this. I like both actually. I'll keep both. Why not? Why not? No attacks. I could have attacked. But I'm pretty sure he's gonna come up with some shenanigans here. I wish I could put this on the graveyard. Okay, I'm perfectly fine with that. That is a 3/3 that does nothing. I could go with my Jumbo Cactuar actually. I won't. I will just exile the Sliver Overlord, and I still have 4 mana available. So what can I do with that 4 mana? I cannot really do anything, right? Okay, so I'll just attack with that one. I'm fine with that. Unfortunately, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have 5 mana, which is not great. So we cannot play Izoni, we cannot play the Jumbo Cactuar, we cannot play... Well, we can play the Funeral Room, just not the Awakening Hall part. We can, however, Shantoto's Coercion next turn. I don't think that's how you pronounce it, but... Maelstrom Pulse. Definitely. So I will block there, or no. What does this do? +2/+2 and trample. Don't care that much. I will block there. I will Maelstrom Pulse. Next turn. The Thrumming Hive Pool, because I don't want him creating anything. And we will just pass turn. This kind of sucks, man. We need something to bring in more lands. The what's it called? The aftermath analyst or whatever would be fantastic here. Okay, that sucks. I don't think we're gonna have enough time for anything interesting. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This costs 8. That costs 9. Time for Izoni, man. At least we will have a bunch of tokens, you know. So that's something. What will he get out of my graveyard? Scoot Swarm, maybe. Scoot Swarm, Shieldred makes sense as well. Don't mind that, but should I keep that in my... I'll decline because I don't have any mana, so there's no point not to. And I will just block with one at a time. So right now we're completely at our opponent's mercy. Okay, that is something. That is something, but I think I want to do this, to be completely honest. But do I have something here that can actually help? Like the relic, no. Spell the profane, no. Splendid Reclamation would give us a lot of mana, so I think that's the way to go. Right? I can also go with what I said, the Aftermath Analyst. 1, 2. Now I think it has to be this. And Splendid Reclamation. Just so we can get all that that mana back, you know? Because if we do that, then we're gonna lose something, right? But we can Rise of the Dark Realms, for example. You know? I don't know what our opponent's gonna take. He can take Izoni. I don't necessarily mind that. He only created one. Oof, that's rough. That's rough, man. I wouldn't mind what's it called? Board wipe or something. But I wouldn't have enough unless 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I would. I actually would. So I would be perfectly fine with a board wipe right about now. Haywire Might, that actually works. I can take out the Virtue of Persistence. But also Midgard now. 3 more lands. I still have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I will risk it actually. We're drawing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'll take one out. So we can go. We're gonna go with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, damn it! I should have played that the other way around. God damn it! Yeah, let's draw another one. I have more than enough mana now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not what we wanted to see, but at least it's another blocker, you know. So we have 4 blockers right now, and yeah, we have 4 blockers for 1, 2, 3. We have Cascade. He's putting the imposter of the 6th ride. That has Cascade. Okay, so Reclaim the Waste. At least it ends there. Well, it ends there, so to speak. You know, he might have more things in hand. If in hand, yeah, to play. If our opponent plays so he still has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana available. That's if our opponent would attack with Izoni, I would triple block Izoni and take a little bit of... Oh, I cannot triple block Izoni, damn it. So let me think, because I need to definitely block that and that. But then this just deals 2 damage. So let me do the math here. I cannot. That sucks. That sucks. That really does suck. And I'll go with that one. Well, actually, I'll go with that one there. Well, it doesn't really matter, actually, so yeah, I'll do that. 4 blockers. And we'll just take 4 damage. That really sucks, man. Well, we are creating 3 treasure tokens, which is good. And we are gonna get a lot of creatures back. We're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 creatures, I guess. 10 creatures. We're gonna get 10 creatures back, so that's not terrible. But we would really want something good here. Okay, that's definitely not it. So there's that. So if I go with this, I'll still have enough for a funeral room and for a tireless provisioner. Okay, so I'll start with the funeral room, auto pay. Now I'll rise of the Dark Realms. Okay, so I'll go with human. View browser, human. Done. Okay. And we still have 3. Okay, so I can put 1 on top of my library. Sure. Who cares? We're still milling stuff. Graveyard to my hand. I will go get Cemetery Tampering. And now I'll go with that. And I think I'm just gonna pass turn because I'm gonna need heroic intervention to do its thing, you know, for at least a turn. So let's see. Well, I can also block with everything, let everything die, kill as many things as possible, and then just go with and destroy all creatures. Okay. So I have enough mana to exile the adaptive automaton. No, I can't, but I can do that. So I'll go with that. Getting a little bit of life, which is always helpful. And now I'll heroic intervention and let's see if it works, right? Because my opponent might have some counters. I don't know why would he, but he might. Ooh, Arden is actually pretty good. Move my commanders to the command zone. Decline. Let him stay there. I have no worries now. And discard entries. You may return something from your graveyard to your hand. So what are you gonna get? Got an arrow from the cascade, and he has nothing there, so I feel like we're pretty solid here. Not out of the blue because these creatures are goddamn huge, but at least this turn we can block everything, which is very good news if you ask me. Everything is indestructible, so feels good, man. So nothing done. I'll just pass turn, mill 2 more cards, get a land, return all land cards, make 80,000 Scoot Swarms this turn. Arden the Usurper. Now, if I go with Arden, I can go with Shieldred. For example, I can go with Priest. Okay, so I got a thing. First of all, I'm gonna Tireless Provisioner. And I'm gonna Swamp, creating another crap ton of tokens. Well, not tokens. And we got the win. Okay, so I was kind of overthinking this because in my head it's like, okay, our opponent clearly plays with board wipes because he's banking on the fact that all of his slivers are indestructible. So if he has another board wipe, we're screwed. We're gonna play Arden, probably get the Shieldred back, I would say, because he would be forced to sacrifice a creature, which doesn't matter, but it's one less creature to worry about, right? And even if he killed everything next turn, first of all, he would probably die just because of this. We will gain a bunch of life, so that's probably why our opponent just quit, unless he had something to exile everything, but that would mean exile is all board too, so we were good there as well. I think we played this pretty well. The deck performed pretty decently. It did a little bit of everything it's supposed to do. Let's get into another one. So guys, after that first game you guys saw, I pretty much couldn't record anymore. I was exhausted. I'm sure I said it was like I don't know, 2:30 or 3 a.m. or something. I'm sure I also apologize for the lack of videos this week, but crazy week that I really hope does not happen again soon for a very long time. But we go again. We have now what the hell is this? Okay, we have now I'll keep that. I think that's going to be important. New week upon us. I'm pretty sure this video will be released on Monday, and this week we will have hopefully 2 All Out Brawl videos, so not everything is bad. Yeah, Insidious Roots. For now, Insidious Roots is something that's not really gonna do a lot, but it will soon when we start getting some cards that mill stuff. Then Insidious Roots will be something interesting for us. So nothing yet. We're all just loving life. Next turn I can Gerard's Orders. I'll put one of them in my hand and the other in the graveyard. So I think that's what I'm going to do, or try to. So the one I'm going to put in my hand, it's going to be something that will start milling stuff, and I think I'll go with Arden as the one that I can also just Haywire Mind, but I think I want to go with, where is it? Patient Naturalist, maybe. Eccentric Farmer. go with Patient Naturalist, and I'll go with Arden, and I'll put Patient Naturalist in my hand. And you know, it's hopefully gonna be enough. There's a lot of stuff that can deal with graveyards, especially in brawls, so not super worried with Yuna. I just need to lose 5 life, which right now it's super chill. Not super worried with anything he puts on the battlefield, at least now, because he can only go get the dredgers inside. He cannot play Yuna, at least not right now. I'm going to Patient Naturalist, obviously, that's why I chose it. As I want to have things in my graveyard, and it's very difficult. Okay, so I'll go with the command tower, why not? And I'll just pass turn now. I can also give my opponent a card and Baleful Mastery, whatever he plays, or whatever, when he plays Yuna or something. I doubt he's going to play Yuna now, but there's only 2, so I'm still a long way to go before getting to use the Squirming Emergence. Okay, so he actually played Yuna. Yuna, yeah. So during your turn, okay, so I can do this in my turn. It's fine. Got the Pinnacle Star Cage, but can only take out artifacts and creatures. And I really don't have anything. My turn. Oh, look at this. I don't even need to use the Baleful Mastery. I can just Shieldred and force him to take that one out either way, so that is good for us, right? Because now it costs 7, he only has 5. We can still use this for something if we actually need it. So not too shabby so far. We're keeping the Yuna deck in check. We're getting a little bit lucky because, you know, this has a lot of... I have a bunch of like removal spells, so that's a good thing. Each player sacrifices a creature. If you sacrifice, you may return another permanent card from the graveyard to the battlefield. So I can actually sacrifice Children and go get Arden, right? Let's try. Why not? Let's try. Let's see what happens. So I'll sack Children. I'll get Arden. I'll get a token. He might immediately kill Arden, which kinda sucks, but I'll pass. And I'll go get Childred again. This time it enters with a lifelink. Oh, this is gorgeous. Enters with lifelink and also haste. This is beautiful. So Pinnacle Storage next turn can actually take out my two tokens, which kinda suck, but you know, we did something cool here, so I'm not gonna complain. Izoni is completely useless at this point in time, but so is the Squirming Emergence. Sorry, so is the Squirming Emergence. So Arden is out. This exiles. I would need 4 for that, so I would have to go with 1. Nah, I'd have to take those 2 out. I don't think there's any point in doing that. Same with that, so we'll just chill there. Okay. Ooh, Binding the Old Gods, and I still have two. I can also go with take that one out, but I think I would much rather have an Arden. Yeah, and I will still have two. Well, technically I have four, so I think I'm safe. Okay, let's go get a Navasin's Pilgrim. A 5/5 Navasin's Pilgrim with lifelink. I am fine with whatever's happening right now. I'm perfectly fine with. I wish this wasn't in my hand, but it is what it is, I guess. Next turn we'll have no creatures to put there, but if our opponent doesn't do anything, we'll also win, I think. So there's that. So let's see. Our opponent clearly has something. I think he's trying to gouge what would the Pinnacle Starcage actually take out, and it's only these two tokens and that one. Okay, so I guess not. So I guess you want some blocks. He got some blocks. I want like that's better, I think. Let me as per origins, because I can surveil and get stuff into the. Yep. I could go with that, but I don't want to. So I think I'll just go with that. Why not? Old Ruttenstein. Okay, so Priest does what? Destroy target artifact or enchantment. That is an enchantment, right? Yeah, I'll get Priest. Oh, it doesn't come as a... I thought it did, actually. Okay, so that's 5. Yeah, I'll attack with everything. Why not? I think this is game, because he either blocks one of these, the menace ones, and he needs to block with both creatures, or he blocks Arden and everything else goes through, and or he just gives up and gives us the win without any fuss. Pretty decent game. Really cannot complain. Let's get into another one. Okay, so I just had like a crazy weird loss. I'll transform that into a short. You guys, I'm sure you'll be able to help me understand that better. No, not really. Not a great hand. Oof, this one might be worse. I mean, we just need one more green source and we can play the Overlord and be chill, but don't trust the game at all. I'll keep this. This one is much better. Plus we can scry. I'll keep it. That's the perfect card to get back the one I just sent away. Okay, so let's Glow Spore Shaman first turn. Jesus, we just lost. Ugh, so many good cards, man. It's the risk of running a deck that plays like this, you know, that discards or that mills or whatever. It is a huge risk. So I can block that if I want to. It serves its purpose, and Layla can get crazy. So life is going to be very important here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put this one tap and go with Gate to the Afterlife. Having creatures is important. I'll try to keep this one back to kind of just jump block it. It will probably die. It's not gonna kill Layla, that's for sure, but That's not the intention either way, so we're good on this one. Draw a card. Yeah, I'll join this card. No. I think this is tough. I'm definitely not gonna discard that one. I think I'll discard that one. Ooh, Grease is actually a decent one. I can play these two and force our opponent to start killing stuff. If not, there's 4 creatures anyway, so I think this needs to be have 6 or more creature cards in the graveyard. It's not terrible, let's be honest. Okay, so I cannot block. That kind of sucks, but that's fine. As well, would just take 7. It's nothing like super crazy. I can actually go with that. Or that. Or that. At beginning of combat, right? Beginning of your combat. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do that. I'll pay 2. Search my library. Caught Pharaoh's Gift. There you go. And this, choose 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. Sacrifice a creature. If you do, return the chosen cards to the battlefield. So first I'm gonna do this. I'll go get Childred. Which is fantastic. He has to start all over. A big attack now. And I will victimize. Go get the Overlord, then the Blood Artist. Pay 3. I'll take out the Grist just because I can go get it back. Okay, so everything seems to be going pretty decently. And we got the win. Lele is one of those commanders that they go crazy and they go crazy quick. You know, like in 3 attacks, it went from a 2-2 to a 7-7, which is insane. God Pharaoh's Gift is definitely a gift from the gods in this situation, and Childred is fantastic when our opponents don't really have a lot of stuff on the battlefield, which was the case. A lot of mana, a lot of cards in hand, but just 1 creature, which is kind of weird, I feel, but we got the win. Happy about that. Let's see what happens next. So let's see if we can find one more, just one more win, preferably relatively quick because we have a 20-something minute video. Well, it's not going to be with ends like this, right? Arena, come on. Don't be like that. I'll keep this one. Okay, much better. See? Not perfect, but much better. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, so we are milling cards. We never mill just like 3 little dumb creatures. I think, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I'll attack. Next turn, I'll most likely eccentric farmer. Well, I can also go with that, but well, nah, I cannot. I could have, but I won't. And we're gonna get a Fabled Passage back in our hands. No attacks, obviously. Now it just depends on what our opponent does and plays, right? Okay, so Harvest Right Host. Okay. No problems. That's fantastic for me. That is fantastic for me. I will get, not that it really matters, a forest. And Do I have anything I want to get back into my hand? Well, it's not into my hand, it's to the battlefield. So I can actually go get the gate to the afterlife. What do I want to do? Because I can do this. Now, you know what? I will do that. I will do that. No worries. And I'm gonna get the gate to the afterlife. And we have 4 creatures on the graveyard already, so it should be kind of easy, right? To get to 6. Emphasis on the should. Okay, so Blood Artist is actually pretty decent. We only have 3. We can Skyclave Relic, I guess. I guess that doesn't really matter that much. We can block with Blood Artist just to make it 5. But I think I wanna see if it survives so I can Diabolic Intent. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna Diabolic Intent, and I'm gonna get what's it called? Toxic Deluge or something like that. So I'm getting 2 life, which is pretty good. Do I want to draw? Yes, I do. Thank you very much. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. Let me go get. I can go get 0 point ballad for 3 or for 2 in this case, or I can go get, where is it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna Toxic Deluge. 0 point ballad is a card that kind of interests me a little bit more. Closer to the end of the game, I guess. So Parallel Lives kind of sucks, but we hit the 6, so Gate to the Afterlife is officially what's it called? Let's call it activated. So I'm gonna put that Gate to the Afterlife. Search the library, got Pharaoh's Gift, and yeah, I guess I'm just gonna move to combat and let's see what we get. There's nothing too crazy, unfortunately, but we can go get the Honest Rutskin because it comes for free, and now we can go get non-creatures. So let's Eccentric Farmer. I'll attack with just that. What is our opponent doing? Taking 4. Okay, that's beautiful. Now we go get, or we go put a couple more things in the. I'll take that one. Why not? In the graveyard, and now we have Izoni with a lot of with 6 creatures already again. Okay, so Daxos. When it enters or dies, it gains a life. Okay. So you're not gonna gain life with the Heir Apparent. You should know that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this, get as much mana as I can. I would be a little bit pissed if we got the Scoot Swarm so much. God damn mana, bro. Let's move to combat, I guess. There's a lot of stuff I can do. I'm gonna go with that one. why not? I'll sacrifice the farmer because I can go get it back. I'll kill Daxos. And I'll just enjoy life with a little bit of damage. I have a bunch of mana, bro, so I think I'm solid. Let's go get a swamp and I'll play Izoni. Because, you know, we're going to start drawing some cards, basically. I think next turn, if we don't mill anything interesting, or if we don't get anything like that we can mill or use to mill something with, I think I'm going to get the Blood Artist. Okay, so Daxos is back on. I doubt our opponent does anything. And I doubt our opponent has a lot of ways out of this. Because if he had a board wipe or something, I'm pretty sure he would have played before playing Daxos. So I think we're pretty safe here, but... and we were. I'm a genius. I'm a veteran brawler. It says right here under my name. Veteran brawler. Nah, but in all seriousness, a pretty fun deck, you know. As I'm sure I explained in the intro, I built it with 2 or 3 strategies in mind, like the self-mill strategy and getting advantage with that, with cards like God Pharaoh's Gift, for example, was one of them, because that's what Izoni wants to do, obviously. Getting a lot of tokens with cards like Izoni, Scoot Swarm, Parallel Lives, you know, and then just board wipe and have a card like Blood Artist on the battlefield so I can ping my opponent was the other one. And I think the third one was just mill myself, kill everything my opponent has, and then something like Rise of the Dark Realms and win the game that way. I think those were my 3 thought processes for building this deck. Should you do this? I would say no. I would say that having a plan A and a plan A.5 is probably better than having a plan A, B, and C, because the deck wants to do a lot of things and it's very difficult to put everything in the same basket and make it work, you know? So I think it works. I think you're gonna find some cool games with this deck, because Izoni is not one of those crazy commanders, like top 10 commanders that are just gonna play against those top 10 commanders. Yeah, you're gonna find those games against Vivi, Jodas, etc. I don't know if those are still top 10 commanders, but they were at one point. But all in all, you're gonna see commanders more like this one, Daxos, or the other ones in the video that don't really remember which ones they were. But so you can also go with the elf token route with Izoni. That's also a possibility. I thought the deck was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. I really hope you enjoyed the video as well. I'm really sorry I couldn't record for you guys this week, but it was a crazy week. My head was everywhere but here, unfortunately, and I apologize for that. And this week, hopefully everything will go back to normal. I'll try and bring 2 All Out Brawl videos. This one that I'm finishing recording today, Sunday. I started on Thursday or Friday, crazy, and the one for this week, so, and 2 standard videos as well. But anyway, whatever, I spoke about that in the in the intro as well. This is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave that like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Extremely appreciated. We actually reached 275 subs, but I guess I lost a sub today, which is understandable. I haven't posted in 9 days already, so I get it, but still I'm very happy with the numbers and the support you guys are giving, and I hope you guys are happy with the videos. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.